Hey everybody, I am Stitch Kitten, and today we are gonna be finishing up the Realm of the Mad God cosplay cast that we've been doing. Uh, yeah, hopefully you guys are excited to finish those. I am. I am gonna be playing this game way longer than I have classes to draw for it, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll find something else to do with the cosplay cats, or we'll figure out something else to do with video games. We'll figure out what we're doing next. But today, it looks like I have three left. And it's pretty bloomy, so you can only kind of see him. But we have Sword of Cat cameo. He's in the back. He's chilling. He's hanging out. Uh, if you are if you're wondering why I look like the Joker, it's actually not him, it's the other one. My lovely little cat scratch. Right on my freaking face. This is like days old, by the way, so that was nasty. He got me real good. Uh it was half my fault, half his fault. So, there's blame to go around on that one. But he did get me real good right in the face. So you guys gotta watch me be the Joker this week. It'll probably be gone by next week. Sorry. I am well aware that my face is the feature you guys get to stare at, so. Excuse me. I thought we were gonna get new air filters. Post office is being a butt. Every time they get shipped to us, they just get returned. It's so terrible. Anyway, we have three left. And I am kind of feeling like we have too few to be doing the dice. So as much as I love the nerd dice, I am just gonna have Google pick a random number for us this time. Uh Out of three. And here, hold on. I'm gonna mute and like cough for a second so that I can stop clearing my throat because I sound gross still. Okay, Shirley. Shirley. Uh, it just won't get cold enough for my allergies to go away. It's so terrible. I really don't know what plant it is, but something just gets to me right about now. And it will not get cold enough for it to die. And it's like, it's so far through December, like, unless we get a frost in February or something, I'm probably just screwed. Uh, so wonderful for me. Anyway, let's see which of these cats we're doing. For Realm of the Mad God, I am getting good at the game, guys. I'm gonna do it. I I kind of figured I would have long given up on both this and the game by now, but both are still going strong. We're keeping it up for you guys. I promise. And for me, cuz I have not had hobbies in so long. It's actually crazy. It's so fun. It's actually so fun. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Hey Google. And my phone is not going to use Okay Google. Hey Google. This is really stupid. Well, here is the Google advertisement for the Google Assistant, you guys. This is me trying to get it to work. It just never freaking works. I don't understand. And then sometimes I'll just say Google, like, while I'm talking, and it'll come up on my phone. It's great. Anyway, I can open it manually or whatever, and then I'll get it to pick a number between 1 and 3. And it picks 3, which means which one is left? Samurai. I actually hate this class. I'm so sorry. It was so not fun to play. It was just swords and more swords, but we can draw cats with swords and more swords, and surely that'll be fun. Here, maybe I will sit and drink a little bit of coffee, uh, and that will help me sound less nasty. How's you guys' day going? Are your houses better filtered? Is your air lovely to breathe? I hope so. Frick. It's just so dusty. It's terrible. Mm. And I get to be one of those lucky people that just has like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like an allergen complex or something. It's like if you have like one set of inappropriate allergy reactions, you're like way more likely to have other inappropriate allergy reactions. So I get like runny nose asthma type crap when it's cold, and I get sneezy and coughy when it's hay season, and I get little freaking dermatitis crap. It's terrible. Absolutely awful. Don't have good immune systems, guys. Let your kids play in the dirt so they have good immune systems. I was not really get to play in the dirt type kid usually. I was after a while, but not when I was small and it mattered, you know. Hmm. When I was small and it mattered, probably the most dirt I was ever exposed to was digging a hole in someone's like manicured lawn and filling it with water. And me and that lady's kid uh got completely covered in mud and probably destroyed her house. I'm sure she was very pleased. And then I moved out into the dirt, and I died. Thanks. Thanks everything that went into all of that for me. All right. I think surely I can stop clearing my throat. Surely that's plenty of water for that. Okay. Or coffee. Coffee, water, lifeblood, same difference. Um, that's not true. Don't. I'm not endorsing that. Drink water, guys. Water is good for you. Uh, but yeah. So the whole thing for the samurai class is it's swords and more swords, which is fine, but also just kind of like boring. Sorry, I just got kind of bored playing it. I swords are cool, but like there's so many cool abilities in this game that having swords and more swords just seems like a hat on a hat. I don't want to do it. So, however, our little samurai cat, he loves swords. So let's think of if we have cat, cat loves swords. Um hmm, what if what if we have the little start of a pile of swords and we have our cat just like dragging another one on top of it. Our little samurai cat can be like collecting the swords because there are so many. He has swords and more swords, you know? And we'll give him a cute little hat. Or some little samurai, like, side headpiece things or something, you know? We'll do something. We'll figure it out. We'll make him look samurai y. I have this little curl, like, right in the center of my forehead, and I can't tell if I love it or if I hate it. It's kind of like perfect nonsense. I don't know. Like, I want to brush it away, but it's like so just like right there that I feel like if I do it's not, it's like it's not going to come back. It's like okay, sorry. I'll stop getting distracted. I'll draw. I'll start drawing. Okay, okay. Pile of swords. First off, obviously we need a big old samurai sword that's just kind of here at the bottom. Probably it was the one he was supposed to be using. Uh, because we are going back to gendered cats for this one, and this is he again. So I guess you know what? Maybe uh the archer was a one-off, but that's fine. That's this. We don't need to have like. I mean, like, what are there 20 characters or something? That's honestly even statistically appropriate representation, give or take. One one or two characters, so like that's pretty good. I'll take it. And for those of you that have, or if there is anyone here that has no idea that what I'm talking about, before when we were doing Archer Cat, I noticed that the wiki page for the Archer Cat has no pronouns written anywhere on it, so it's all labeled it or the archer. So it being the character and the archer the character. So the archer has no pronouns officially, canonically. And I gave them a little non-binary pin when we did that. And then also probably said like he and or they a couple of times because I'm a butt and I'm bad at talking. So sorry about that. But I didn't do it on purpose, I swear. Alright. Big old samurai sword. And then I don't know, this isn't really a katana thing to have the things on the end, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Bite me or something. I don't know. Get mad in the comments and leave me lots of comments. That's a thing. That's a thing people do on purpose anyway. So, not intentional to make you guys mad, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it. So, if you're upset, you are welcome to tell me. Also, the secondary for this class is called Wakizashi, and I don't know if that's like a real thing. I'm assuming it's a real thing, but like I don't know what it is. Is it just the sheath? Oh, okay. Okay, so it's just the smaller. So it's like a Japanese short sword. Okay. 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 So it's more swords. That was yeah, so it's swords and more swords. I mean, I knew that already, but that's fine. Excuse me while I look goofy stretching on camera. I did not sleep enough. I never sleep good. Oh, we've switched cats with cat cameo. Hi puppies. This is the one. This is the one that got me in the face. Little butt. I love him though. Um anyway, so we'll put a little Japanese short sword on top of this. Just have it kind of sit in here. And then I'm gonna put maybe one more short sword kind of just on top of all three of them. Just to make it look like it's really the start of a collection and not just some swords on the ground, you know? But also, I think I want to slant that more because right now it kind of is not looking like a pile. Okay, so I want it to kind of go like that way. Also, I have been playing so much of this game for real, guys. I was kind of thinking maybe I would even like stream a little bit of it for you guys or something if you wanted. I wouldn't I wouldn't take over the art stream or anything. I would do it at some other time, but go ahead and like leave me a little comment somewhere or something if you guys think that that would be cool, or if you want to go onto like one of my little community posts and be like, "Oh my god, I really love your stream, but I can only like get off work on Tuesdays in the afternoon or some shit." I don't know. Uh I don't know why I said that cuz I can't do Tuesdays in the afternoon, but you know, sometime if you want to give me some time that you want to suggest, I'm sure I will look at it. I'm usually really good about seeing all of you guys' comments. Uh, I do really like getting comments from you guys. You guys are always so sweet. Or sometimes I've seen a couple. I don't know if it's you guys hear from stream or if it's just uh people who are subscribed to me elsewhere. It's a little hard to keep track of some of the usernames when they're different, but I have seen a couple of you guys show up to yell at some people being silly little trolls for me, so I don't need you guys to do that, but I do think it's sweet, so thanks. And I do always want everybody to be nice, including, unfortunately, I think we should in fact be, at least, even respectful, not malicious to the trolls. But that's just my personal recommendation. Y'all are also adults, hopefully. You can do what you want. Little pile of swords. And then we'll have our little samurai cat. And he's just dragging another one in here. Maybe we'll have him with one of those little fancy tassels in his mouth, like they have on the end of the katanas sometimes. And he's just dragging it in. I think that's actually just the end of the wrap, usually, so I guess this would probably not be the best way to be pulling a sword. But you know what? You probably don't want to be dragging a sword on the ground anyway, so we're gonna just suspend disbelief on that one, I think, is how this is gonna work. Mm, I think I'm gonna add some little diamonds like it's got the wrap that he's pulling on. Uh, Maybe I'll just add some little details in here. Hi! Hello! What's up? Come here. My cat is yelling at me. What? Come here if you want some attention. Come here. Yeah, he just wanted my attention. I think he's fine. Um, no, I'm good. Thank you though. The girly friend is checking on us. He's so nice. Sorry, I said that really flat. I started going back to drawing. I was being serious. Spectrum. I got a touch of autism, guys. I don't know if you noticed. Maybe more than a touch. But you know what? Nobody wants to let my insurance, or my insurance doesn't want to let nobody tell me. So, U.S. healthcare anthem, whatever I decided the lyrics were, U.S. healthcare anthem, something, something. Yay. Yes, Bubby. Come here. Honey, come here. What is the deal? It's a deal. Come here. Why are you just yelling at me? All right. Well, we're gonna watch me go steal him out of the window, I think. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, are you saying hi? Are you saying hi to Bubby? Oh, the big old sweetie? Oh, get some water. Okay. I don't know what he wants. He does not want my attention, I guess. I figured surely. I don't think didn't look like there was anything worth meowing at outside the window. I guess he's just saying hi loudly. He is also just loud. It's a little hard to tell if he actually wants anything. He's such a cutie. Hi, Bubby. Oh, bye-bye. Put his ears back just a little, like he's pulling real hard. I want to squish his eyes down further. I think I have to redo the head a little bit. I think it just looks bad, actually. Sorry. will try again. I think I just did the proportions badly. And I think I'm just gonna like draw a little mouth of teeth. And have the cord just sticking out. There. That's way better. And then he's putting his little feetsies down because he's pulling real hard. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Let's give him a little cap. With the little ring. And then his ears can stick out like they're the things in the cap, you know? The horns or whatever. I'm assuming they are supposed to be horns, like demon horns or something. On the samurai hats. Samurai helmets. Like, probably they are just decorative, but I'm sure they also have some sort of symbolic, like, feature. Somebody who knows way more about samurais will have to tell me. And they have these, like, big ties under their chins, so even though I am almost certain from this angle you wouldn't be able to see it, I am gonna, like, poke it out from under his chin so that you can. Ah, he's looking so cute. What the heck? And I think just to make it real distinct, I'm gonna color this little strap darker. And maybe I'll give the kitty some little gray patterning. He's so cute. He's so cute. He also is trying really hard to get that sword onto the pile. I think I should maybe decorate some of these swords he's already got a little bit better. Because that one he's dragging in looks like quite the find, but the ones he's already got are kind of lackluster, huh? Meow. That's actually so cute, guys. Okay, that's okay. Ah. Man, art is so cool when you got dopamine in your brain, guys. Get you some dopamine. Ah, it's so cute. It's actually I don't know. I keep saying this is the best one, but like it's the best one, guys. They're so cute. I forgot to do the selection again. Crap. But you know what? That's fine. We'll just you guys are smart. You know which one we're doing. I will put another big red X on the board. Another big red X because we are done with the samurai. What the heck? Okay, there we go. Yay! Oh, we have two left. Two left, guys. That's crazy. And then we're gonna be all done with all the cosplay cats. Frick. Realm of the Mad God is so cool. Maybe we'll have to do like a scene or something if I end up finishing early. Because if we've only got two more left and I knock them out like that, it's gonna be way before stream is done when I finish the other two. But anyway, let's see. I still don't want to use my nerd dice for only two left, so let's see if this works. Okay, Google. Hey, Google. Pick a number between 1 and 2. Hey! Just this once. Just this once it's gonna work for me. Thank you. It's rolling. 2! Which means... Who's left? Sorcerer. Okay. It has taken a while to get here, but we all get to be very excited now for the sorcerer. This class was actually also really fun, so that's why I'm saying it like that. And look, I remembered turn the selection on. Look, okay, now he's all selected and lit up like I meant to do that. Aren't we epic? We're so productive. Wow. Alright, so the sorcerer is, if you didn't guess, a sorcerer. He is a magic caster. He has a cool little wand and he shoots fire at you, and then he also has a secondary thing that is usually just like some chain ability. The one that you start out with is lightning. I don't know if they're all lightning, but I know the one you start with is lightning. Here, let me check. Are they all lightning? No. But they are all kind of just like chain blast things. Yeah, okay. But so while I was not into swords and more swords, spells and more spells on the other hand is slightly more versatile, and I did play a little bit of sorcerer and didn't want to murder my character as soon as I hit a checkpoint, so that was good. Uh you only get one character, by the way, in case that's a deal breaker for anybody who was gonna try it. Ah, frick. Okay, well, I was gonna sit here and see if it would work itself out, but I have to go to the bathroom because I have guts that don't work so good. It's really cool. At least I got the one cat done for you guys before I had to go take a potty break. So, sorry about having to take a potty break so frickin' early already, but I will try not to take too long and you guys can stare at the samurai cat. Uh I'll draw a little smiley poop emoji, 'cause why not? Then everybody uh will know exactly what's going on. We'll give him a little thumbs up. And he stinks. Great. Alright. Uh oh, I hope those guys keep you company. I will try not to take too long. I'll be back. Alright. Okay. I think we're all back. Um, cool. Alright. Um, let's get rid of our little poop guy. I should make some little cards for real. I have recently acquired a lamination machine, uh, which I don't know if you guys have seen a lamination machine before, but they're kind of fancy hot crap. The one I bought is not fancy hot crap. I mean it kind of is. It's front and back and it's automatic and but it's also hand crank and cold press, so it's like it's professional quality, but it's at the very bottom of that. It's like my printer. uh which works for me, but also yeah, I bought it at the Goodwill, so I love the Goodwill so much. There has got to be like either just a bunch of offices or like offices and old people with home offices or combination of that is like just really profitable for me and my home office because they either don't know what they have or how to use it or they don't want it and they just give it away. Like I got a whole like it's a Scotch laminator. It's like a really nice machine. It's the it's the LS960, which is the one that I am almost certain I have seen at at my local store. So a couple of my local stores. So it's nice. It's a nice machine. It would have cost me three digits of freedom dollars brand new. And it came with like a roll of lamination and stuff in it. So and it cost me one digit of freedom dollars at the Goodwill because yeah, people don't know what they have. It's crazy. I get so many good things at the secondhand store because I know what I'm looking for and I know what stuff costs. And then sometimes I overestimate stuff or I guess wrong and I don't look it up and then that's a little silly of me, but more often than not I get stuff like the lamination machine, which I did look up and see, oh crap, that is a lot of money. And I really want that and it looks nice and I'm going and I did they had it just like out. So I did like run a little bit of the laminate to see if it would even like work and it did. And then I brought it home and really messed up the first thing that I tried to do with it, but uh then I made some little posters for my roomies, uh, which they both seem to have enjoyed a lot. So it's really cool. Anyway, I got way off track there. The whole point was I could laminate some little cards like maintenance or freaking stretching or whatever the heck and just put them here and we wouldn't have to do a whole thing. Uh, and that might be nicer, but I would have to actually like do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Hmm. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what we do with our sorcerer cat, and I'm really drawing a blank. I'm stalling big time because I really don't know. Do you guys have ideas? Do you know what we should be doing with our sorcerer cat? Are you guys more creative than me today? That would be helpful. Mm. Okay. Okay, wait. I think I have thought of an idea. We're braining a little bit. Okay, okay. So what do you guys think of this? What if we have our sorcerer cat and he's just kind of he's just kind of taking a sit. Here, I'm gonna put some dots on the page so I don't end up drawing too low. But he's just taking a sit, like right here, and actually maybe I want the head to be bigger. And he's got the scepter, the little like chain ability thing, and he's chewed on the end of it, so it's like shooting into his mouth, and uh he's got some spell something going off, like magic or lightning or rainbows. I'm not sure. Something falling out of his mouth because he's uh chewed on the end and screwed up his magic scepter. I think that is what we're doing. And he will look very surprised because how could it have broken? That's crazy. It's magic. He didn't think he could break it. He's gonna look kinda shocked. guys. I hope. And then we'll just have like scepter is in the mouth. Hello. Thanks for the first time chats. We love those. It's always fun to see new people. Doing pretty alright. Nothing has dramatically tanked the stream yet, as far as technical difficulties, so gonna knock on wood on that one and keep drawing these cats while my computer and camera and everything lets me. And I think for this one, if I just give him some kind of starry looking eyes and just like random particles or something coming out of his mouth, I don't think it will matter what the scepter is actually supposed to be. Thank you, thank you. They have been so much fun to draw. Maybe we'll have to keep doing the cosplay cats after I finish this series, and we'll have to pick some other cosplay cats to do. I hesitate to do like franchises and stuff, because if I did make these stickers for you guys, I would have to leave out any franchises or whatever, but we haven't really been doing much making stickers on stream, so I could maybe pick a franchise anyway, just to draw for you guys, just for funsies. Oh, right. Surely Sorcerer has like some sort of a magic cap or something. And a robe. Okay. So, what if we give him a little tiny wizard hat? Uh, and maybe like a flowy little cloak kind of squatting behind him and his tail poking out. No. Oh, look at him. He's so cute, guys. And then, yeah, maybe I'll just put like some generic little like cartoon foam coming out of his mouth. Uh, little like sparks or something flying around his head. Maybe he's got little stars. Maybe he's like tearing up a little bit because it's so awesome. Thank you, thank you. I like it too. I think he's pretty cute, even if he's a little bit dumb. Give him some little cheekies. Well, I am personally of the opinion that everybody could draw and that it's just practice. Cause I used to stink poop at drawing and I just have done it for a really long time. Uh I always tell people who are envious of like art or artists that they should just doodle cuz I mean like if you just put your pencil on the paper, like something will come out of it. It may not look good, but like drawing a million crappy things is how you draw one cool thing. And that's like actually just true. I can't tell you how many crappy things I have drawn. Maybe one of these days we'll have to do like a sketchbook review or something where I just go through and talk about art stuffs that I've drawn already instead of drawing for you guys on stream. Or maybe I can do that as like a video or something if you guys want. I think probably one of the big things that people misunderstand about drawing is that, like, a lot of people figure that figuring out how to draw is a lot of learning technical skills and putting in 1,000,002 hours on figuring out how to use a pencil and yada 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 art tools and supplies. But really, I think that the thing that is most overlooked in art is just conceptualizing the thing that you want to draw, because I can sit here and learn how to use my pencil skills for hours and not draw things that are better than this, because this is where my brain is at in terms of just general composition. And I think lots of the time people will go, man, I want to draw this like really cool, like samurai dashing through the snow with reindeer horns or something. I don't know. Uh, Christmas samurai for Christmas. And they just won't have any way to set that up for themselves as like a process or as something that they can see in their head, or something that they have any way to put on the paper. They just go, okay, now how do I use art skills to make the reindeer samurai appear? And I am totally guilty of that, but also, yeah, figuring out how to actually like think about, do I want the dash to be like kind of coming at me? Do I want the dash to be like into the paper? Do I want the samurai to actually like look like a person, or do I want him to be a cartoon and stuff like that? And like being able to decide those things before you even start making anything is so important, because it will give you so many things to work on and to put on the paper, uh that are the thing that you have in your head before you even actually start drawing. uh I think that that is super important. Like I and that's why I will recommend for people that don't draw, like, just to doodle, because doodling doesn't require any of that and you just get to put your pencil on the paper and not worry about it. Um but I think that that is probably like the biggest thing that beginner artists will miss out on, is just figuring out how you specifically want to take the ideas in your brain and put them on the paper. And it doesn't even matter what that idea is, but just how you as like a person want to do that process is pretty much always going to be different for any individual person, because like that is, I mean, the process part is the part where you're going to be different from other people in your brain. So it's the part where art is going to be individual to the artist. And it's also very fundamental to creating. So I think it's one of those, like, it's one of those things that is so basic that people don't really think about talking about it. And then also so basic that when you don't know that it's important, it becomes really, really hard to even start. And because nobody talks about it, if you miss it, it just gets missed. It's uh like looking at the map in video games. Like, if you have played a video game where you look at the map, you know you're supposed to look at the map. And if you haven't played a game where you're supposed to look at the map and there is suddenly a map, then you might not realize you're supposed to look at the map, and everybody else might assume you know you're supposed to look at the map because obviously you're supposed to look at the map. And uh, then, you're not looking at the map. Everybody else is assuming you know that you're supposed to be looking at the map, so everybody's just like, well, why didn't you see that? Why didn't you see that coming? That was really obvious, to us, the people that were looking at the map. Um, Without actually saying we were looking at the map. It's kind of the same thing, I think. It's one of those things that's so basic and obvious to the people that do it that people don't talk about it a lot. But I think it is super, super important to just know how to construct the art you want to make. And uh, I have certainly slacked on that one because I get very technical and very into detailing, and then my silhouettes and my proportions and everything looks crappy, and it doesn't matter how nice my pencil skills are because uh my cats have no arms or they are squished hamburger things. And yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks. I'm glad I could help. I think that is probably one of my favorite art tips is just, and I think the way that I heard it summed up was uh to use your brain harder and not your hands, uh or something like that, cuz it's such a good tip because you can make like really great stuff with very few simplistic crappy lines if you can think about it in a way that that's going to work. And I think that lots of artists get really hung up, especially in the beginning, on making really grand, like expansive pieces that are like these masterwork things, but like nobody just does that. Even people that are really technically proficient will set up huge pieces like that in really like specific ways that are specific to them. And they will also usually spend a lot more time doing prep work than like a beginner artist would have done for the same piece because they are expecting that prep work is going to help them a lot. And I think that yeah, this is actually kind of me on the other end of my big artistic block. It was real rough there for a while. And I think one of the things that helped me a lot uh is just to one, not stop just because I felt bad, because I did stop for a while and not draw for like a couple of years, almost probably 2 or 3 years I didn't draw like almost at all. And if I did draw, it was little goofy things on my tablet. It probably didn't look very good. It probably didn't take very long. Certainly not me sitting here streaming drawing for hours for you guys. Um, and yeah, and I mean that, even though I had lots of skills and stuff, was just bad because I wasn't paying attention to the drawings. I didn't really care about them. Uh, I wasn't using my brain. I was just using my hands, and it just came out kind of crappy. And then I also, so when I stopped completely, since I already wasn't really using my brain for artwork, I also then wasn't using my hands for artwork, and artwork just kind of like became less a part of my life for a while. And that was kind of sad for me. Cuz I really like artwork. And and then when I was getting back into it, it was really hard because I had stopped and I had lost some of that technical skill. And I had also lost a lot of my ability to take things in my brain and conceptualize putting them on the paper. So it was a lot more of just like, I'm pretty sure there's a line here, or maybe there's a line over here somewhere. And it didn't matter how good I was with the pencil because I wasn't really sure what I was doing. Um, and I think in some of my, not the most recent stuff, but in some of the like stuff from maybe like a year and a half ago, that's pretty obvious. Um, when I was really getting back into doing more stuff on paper. Uh, and I think that besides just making sure that I was doing some artwork to rebuild some of those skills I had lost, the other thing that has really helped me is just engaging with other people, not just with you guys, but like also people in my life. Like I yesterday finally uh figured out how to use this machine, the lamination machine I was kind of talking about earlier, uh because I drew some sketch daily things that were posters for my roomies, and I thought, wouldn't that be so cool if I could print and laminate these and give them to them as like cute little posters, and like I could do that right here in my home office and it wouldn't cost me anything I haven't already spent, you know, I could give them some gifts. I thought that would be super cool. And then I did. I figured it out because that was a good motivator for me. Was because I, even if I wasn't going to engage with those pieces on that emotional level, I knew that they were, and I was going to engage with that in an emotional way. And also, I wanted to make the pieces. So, I think that having things outside of the art that you want to express and bring back to the artwork is really important. Um, this game that I'm drawing characters from is like the first time I have had a hobby in probably actually unironically a decade. Um, like a real hobby that had no relation to making any money, or uh that I wasn't trying to use for some sort of skills building or something, like just a thing that I do for fun, like nothing else, just for fun. It has probably been unironically a decade since I did anything that was like purely just for fun. And yeah, I think that that has certainly helped a lot because I think it's really important for especially things where you're creating, like just in general, things that you're creating, like music or artwork of any kind, like if you're doing sculpture or just any sort of creative work. I think having things outside of that to create is super important. And I think if you get too bogged down in just the artwork itself as like an exclusive thing, it's really easy to lose all of that other outside stuff that you can bring back to creating. And I think that a lot of art block ends up being a combination of that and or like perception. Like I talked about this a little bit in a different stream, like fear of like the way that your art is perceived either by you or by other people. Like it can also be like you personally think your art is bad even if everybody tells you it's great, it just doesn't make you feel good, and like you don't want to do it, and that can be a thing that is just as demotivating as other people thinking your art is bad and you don't want to do it. And I think that usually art block, if you get it, is it's really important to know like what is actually happening, because art block is just a big general term for I usually want to do art and now I don't want to do art, and there are a lot of nuanced things that can go into that. But for the most part, I think that if you figure out why it is that you don't want to be doing art, it typically does boil down to either like you don't, something about your art is not matching your perception of your art. And if that's the case, then like if it's other people, you can like, if they're just being mean, like you can dismiss that. And if they're trying to be helpful, like you can reevaluate and be like, okay, is this like actually something I can work on? Like, is there something I can do better? Because I feel bad because I also can tell that this is bad. Or is it just like, or if it's not a perception thing, if it's like you are like burnt out because you have gotten really tunnel focused on the artwork and you don't have stuff to bring back to the artwork, or you have carpal tunnel because your hands hurt because you do nothing but work on your artwork all day, or you like uh just any of the many reasons you can be just burnt out. It's also totally cool to just like take a step back and take a break and give yourself space. Like there are so many reasons that you can just need that like you can just need to not be doing art right now. And I think that figuring out what that reason is uh usually the big thing. For me, it was just that I didn't I didn't feel like I had a lot of stuff outside of the artwork to bring back to it. I think mostly, like I said, I didn't really have a real hobby for a decade. I worked really hard on university and getting to university because I paid for it by myself. Here in the US, that's really tricky. And um, I yeah, that I worked really hard on that and then on having money for that. And then I got out and it ended up not being as useful as I thought it was, so that was really cool for me. But also now I'm here doing art again and getting back into it because that's what I actually enjoy. And uh yeah, and I think that is good for me. But for me it was a lot of both of those things. uh Perception, like me of myself, and not thinking that my art was anything worth keeping up with, and not thinking that I had anything that was like personal and unique enough to want to do it continuously. And then also just that I got burnt out because I didn't have stuff that I liked, and I was big sad for a while chemically, and yeah, is just lots of reasons to be burnt out. I didn't like my own artwork, so I stopped, and that was really sad. But figuring out both of those things and then coming back to it after the fact, yeah, I think that art block is tricky, but it's also really individual, so it's hard to give like general advice for. But I think that just making sure that you keep up with art in some way, uh, even if it's just like doing little sticky note doodles or something, or doodles in the margins of your whatever else you're doing, or like having a little sketch pad on your desk or table or bed or something so that you have some space where you can put the pencil to the paper in like a very relaxed, casual environment is really good for having real art block that's like severe or recurring or anything like that. And I also think that, yeah, engaging with other people is good too. Yeah, thank you. The cute cats are so good for my art block because, um, yeah, if you guys, I don't know if you can tell by the way that I draw the cute cats or if you can tell by having seen some of my other artwork, but yeah, usually I get very into details, I'm usually a very like uncanny valley kind of cartoonist where I don't really draw realism, but I do draw kind of like realistic looking Western style cartoons. Um, kind of like some kind of like westernized anime manga style stuff. And uh these are way less complex than that, like so much simpler that it really makes me feel like I'm kind of doing like the Comic Sans version of drawing. Like it's a lot less serious for me to the point where I can have like a ridiculous amount of like free space outside of my typical structure for lots of cute little creative stuff to happen. Happy little accidents, all of that. So I think they come out really cute and I think they're really chill to do. And excuse me while I stretch on the camera. Actually, you know what? I think this one is done. And I think we have one left, guys. That is crazy. We're gonna be done right now, today. That's a whole thing. And I don't have to even get out the random generator or anything because with one left, that means we know exactly which one we're doing. The only one that remains is... Ta-da! Whoops. Sorry. I forgot to move the chat box down. I don't know why. I swear I did this last time. Don't you guys remember me doing this last time? Because it was broken? Streamlabs, I'm watching you. Bruh, did it just put it in my folder? It did. It did. Okay, hold on, guys. Streamlabs is being a little bit silly. Yeah, I think it's good for all types of creating. I think creative block in general is pretty similar, uh no matter what you are actually creating. And no worries, I English is my first language and I just speak badly, so you guys are welcome to also speak badly. Is perfectly fine with me. Uh Apologies if I don't understand something, but I will do my best. Um but yeah, no, I think creative block is really similar for most types of creative people. I think it ends up uh just being some combination of perception and burnout. And figuring out how to deal with that for you usually ends up being pretty individual, but I think that, yeah, just engaging simply and consistently is my best advice. Because if you let yourself fall out of it, then you do have to build the skills back up, and that's crappy. It's makes it less fun. And if you uh and if you don't find anything to bring back to it, then you're just staring at blank paper with nothing in your brain going, "Come on, art. Be art. Do art things." And that's not effective, unfortunately. I have plenty of first-hand experience with that one. Yeah, I think finding like simple little ways to engage with your medium, whatever that is really great. Like, I have seen for people that do make music, like, I'm gonna go on and make like some random track for like 15 minutes, and whatever I end up with at the end of 15 minutes is like all that I get. I just get like this 30 seconds of nonsense. And then if something is cool there, like, I mean, nobody is gonna stop themselves from making a full thing out of any of that, but like, the point is to create something silly and small as opposed to a big whole piece every time. uh and I see people do stuff like that with all sorts of mediums. Like, people will do little like nonsense with clay and then not actually fire it, just like have like a little piece of random bucket like nonsense clay that's multicolored, like extras or something, that they just use to practice shapes, or like to throw stuff together to see how it looks, or like, just having a way to play with your medium, I think, in a way that doesn't feel like creating, in a way that feels like playing with it, I think, uh is really good for your brain to be able to not take it so seriously and not force yourself into having really strict, like, unattainable guidelines for even getting started, because I think that's what a lot of art block ends up being. But yeah, uh I'm really glad to not be so stuck in that anymore. But it was quite the thing. It does stink butts. And I don't necessarily think my art is all that great and wonderful either anyway, even still, but it's really fun to do. And even if I stink, like I said, drawing a million and two bad things is how you draw one really cool thing. And I'm drawing my million and one bad things. And other people seem to like some of my million and one bad things anyway, so, bonus points. And I do think the cats are cute, even if I'm being kind of rough on myself right now. We do have one left, so if you guys don't want to watch me move the sketchbook camera, uh, look away and I will let you know when it's not moving anymore. Because I know that is a pain in the butt for some people. So, hold on. I'm gonna move it, and if you guys want to stare at it real quick, I will leave it still for just another second, and then I'm gonna move it. It's beautiful. It's so cute. And now I'm gonna move it, so if you don't want to watch, look away. Uh, what else? So I, like I said, I have not had a lot of other like stuff I like doing for a while. Just because I did have like really severe mega massive depression for like more than half of my life at this point. It's been a long time. And that had really a lot of impact on like stuff that I do. But this video game that I am drawing the characters from uh was one of the first things that I did with my big meds update that actually worked. And I have noticed that English doesn't really have a good way to say context bias, so I have been saying dopamine vibes because I think that's funny. Um, but this game has been really fun for me. I have been enjoying it a lot, and it has probably been one of my big other things recently. I have put way too many hours into it. And other than games, I like just crafting things in general or doing DIY stuff around the house. Like I have a bunch of projects lined up right now. Later today I need to go get some screws because uh our house is lovely and I appreciate living here, but a lot of the things in it were set up by my girlfriend's uncle, who is a bit of a dunce. Uh, little bit not the sharpest tool in the box, and sweetheart, but he hung a bunch of our door frames really badly, and the one for the closet to our bedroom just doesn't close. The door doesn't close, and so our cats will get in there and mess up all of our clothes. And so I did rehang it, and it was closing, and now it's cold, and the metal has contracted because it's cold, and so it doesn't close again. And so I was gonna rehang it again, but the screws are so cheap that they stripped, and so now I have to go get new screws. Uh, and but I mean, like I do all sorts of stuff. I also really like singing. Music is really fun for me. Um, I I really like creating stuff in general and connecting with people, and pretty much anything that lets me do that, I will do. Well, it has been it's not been like cold cold. It's been like colder. Colder for me. It's not like I mean, I think even in the middle of the night last night, I think it only even got down to like low 40s. It was not like cold, but Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm sorry. I'm sure I can figure it out for people. Hold on. I'll do my cute little conversions for being a silly American. Okay, so that's like 4 degrees Celsius. It got down to like 4 degrees Celsius here, something like that. But like 4.5. Uh, yeah, see, we are, I think officially we just started winter, like this week or something. Uh, but, or maybe it was last week. I'm not sure. Uh, we start winter sometime around now, officially. But it also just has not, usually it's colder. Usually it will get uh to like, I mean usually it will get to like 0 Celsius, like 32 Fahrenheit, like freezing. It does usually get to freezing here, at least a little, but it hasn't made it there. Uh it's been pretty, it's been quite a few degrees off. Mm, I miss the winter. I am from more north of here, so I am used to having more snow originally. But and even here, I mean, usually there is more cold and snow and stuff. It's just uh it's a La Nina year, which is like a weather thing. Uh and normally it's hot, so now it's hot and hot. So it's cool. Except not really. All right. Surely I've stalled enough. I am gonna stand up for like just a second and stretch. I won't even turn the camera off because I'm gonna be so fast. Actually, maybe I will turn the camera off so you guys don't like. Uh, it's like getting a little past 2. Oh, sorry. It's like 2:20-ish at the moment here in AZ. Okay. I'm gonna stand up real quick. I'm gonna turn my little camera off. If you guys want to think up really cool mystic ideas, otherwise I will be right back and I will think of some really cool mystic ideas. But I want to stretch outside of my chair for a second and make sure my old person back doesn't crumble to pieces while I'm doing this third cat for you guys. And if I finish him as fast as these other two, we probably do have some time to do like a cute little scene or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or maybe we'll do a cute little scene with the mystic. I'm not sure. I will think about it. I will stand up. I will stretch. I will not get old person back crumble. And I'll see you guys just a minute. Alright. My whirly friend was checking on me. Sorry. Uh, she's so sweet. Alright. Alright. So we have our cute little mystic. It was good. It was good. Stretching is good for you. Everybody should do it. Especially if you sit in a chair. A lot of the time, your back will thank you. Mine tries its best to murder me anyway, but you know, probably less. Probably. Uh, anyway, on that note, maybe our mystic cat will be doing a stretch. Um, hmm. Oh, you know what? Okay, so the mystic cat, uh, our mystic character has like a staff and an orb, and the whole thing is that their orb is like a secondary ability that just kind of like freezes stuff. Um, so what if we have cat like stretching up against the orb so that it's like rubbing it to use it, and then I'll just put like a little mouse in an ice cube. That sounds pretty cute. I don't know about you guys, but I think that sounds pretty cute. So I think I'm gonna do that one. Uh, because stretching is good for you and good for cats. All right, so we have some orb, and then cat butt way up in the air because he's doing a big stretch. And then Paws way out here with his staff. Oh, sorry. Right. This is the mystic. So, with her staff. And give the staff a cute little gem on the end. And then. Big happy ears. He's so cute. Sorry, I just say he by default because it's the cats and they're my cats. Uh oh, it's just the chart of all of the characters. It's mostly X's now, but it's the chart of all of the realm of the Mad God characters that I was originally using as like a random generator chart. Uh and I did have for all of the other streams, uh I had some cute little nerd dice we were using to pick them out, but there just weren't enough cats left for me to want to do that for this one, unfortunately. It seemed like I would be overcomplicating things, but uh yeah, that's what the chart is there on the left. And then the photo of the kittens is just my kittens. They're so cute. I love them so much. And also, if you are wondering why I say he for default for cats, just because of those two cuties up there, because they're both boys, and so when I think of cats, I just say he, because both of my cats are boys, and I have two of them, so it just it's like if you have ladybugs and a bunch of them are girls, and then you just go, ah, ladybugs are girls, right? Like, because that just makes a heavy association in your brain. Is just my cats, but this is in fact mystic girl cat. uh and I will stop. I will try to stop misgendering our poor little cutie cat. She's such a sweetie. She's just hanging out. She don't deserve that. Yeah, our I have a friend who has like a mixture of male and female cats, and I am always so shocked by how differently uh me and them treat our cats. Like, it is just kind of night and day. Like, I don't, yeah, I think it would be really hard for me to adjust to having a female cat, but I'm sure it would be fine. uh my male cats are quite a handful. I would probably appreciate the quiet after not too long, but it is, yeah, it is a lot different having male and female cats. Even after they've been fixed, it's crazy. You would think that getting them fixed pretty early would make them really similar in domestic behavior, but it just doesn't. Uh, my little male cats are still goblins even after having been fixed, so I do love them to pieces. They're adorable goblins. But yeah, goblins. They always want like so much attention. And I'm sure some of it they will grow out of, but they just are really healthy, active cats. Huh. See, that's so silly because I have heard that typically it's the opposite. I wonder if it's a breed thing. Because I mean, I have American domestic short hairs. I think even though my one on the bottom there looks very fluffy, I think he does still technically count as a short hair because he's not like a whole floof ball. He's just fluffy. Um, and yeah, they're both super active cats. Um, I was reading about taking care of cats before getting the second one and after getting the first one. Um, I read like a lot about taking care of cats because yeah, I think for the most part, cat breeds aren't like a real thing. I think it is just mostly the color patterns, other than like mine are American domestic short hairs because I live in America. They are domestic cats and they have shorter hair. I mean, I think like for the most part cat breeds aren't really real things. I think there are a couple of cat breeds that are real things, and they're mostly like groups of people keeping genetic purity for very specific traits. So it's not really like a natural breed. It's like it's something that has been bred. Uh but I do really like uh I do really like my cats. They're such sweeties. They are a lot though. I was gonna say that I had been reading a lot about taking care of them because I really like doing research, especially when it's stuff that makes me anxious because I like knowing about stuff. It makes me feel better. And so I read a bunch of stuff on taking care of our cats, and one of the things that I read like a lot, like a bunch of times, was well, cats are typically like pretty solitary animals, you know? Typically, they don't want a lot of human interaction. Typically, they will probably want like some engaged, active playtime for like an hour a day, maybe if they're like really active cats. Um, and then probably other than that, they will, engage with it as long as you have like plenty of toys and stuff around, they will engage with like other things, right? Not my cats. My cats have each other. They have uh, a box fort in the kitchen that I set up for them out of like huge electronics boxes. So it's like a box fort you would make like for children, but it's for my cats. Um and a huge cat tower, plenty of toys. I play with them way more than an hour a day if they are getting their way because they are so active. Like the other day, I don't remember if I was like, I think I was just playing video games. I don't think I was doing anything real. Um, but I was playing video games, and one of the cats came up and started screwing with stuff behind me to get my attention after I wasn't gonna get up and play with them because I was playing video games. And I was like, "Oh my god!" I like typed in the chat to my roommate. I'm like, "Uh, hey, cat, cat is destroying things, and I'm busy. Can you like come do something about that?" And I got a message back like immediately that was like, "Are you serious? I just sat down because I have been playing with them for like 40 minutes." I was like, "Oh crap." Uh and then I did get up and play with them a little bit cuz but yeah, no, they are a handful. The little fluffy one is a rescue, and so he is much more uh prone to pushing boundaries he really enjoys making sure that we know that he could screw stuff up if we were to say not feed him on time or not play with him when he wants or not fill the water bowl if it's empty or the fountain isn't running or whatever. Uh whatever it is that's irking him at the moment. Yesterday, my roommate didn't quite get uh the like I think it had been he he usually like cleans the litter box most days, and it had been 2 days instead of one since he'd cleaned the litter box. And so my cat decided that he was gonna make me go watch him go to the bathroom, which he does sometimes, just I think because he's a little bit anxious and he wants me to watch him go to the bathroom. And so I was gonna go do that. But instead, he then just scratched at the one litter box and then walked over and scratched at the other one and then pouted at me. So, oh, that's really sweet. Yeah, dogs are great too. I mean, I personally feel like I am much more capable of taking care of a cat than a dog, just because even though my cats in particular do tend to want a lot of attention, cats in general are less maintenance animals. And yeah, they they need a lot less training. um like, if you don't know this, most cats, if you just like get them a litter box and the right kind of litter that they want to use, you don't actually have to litter train them, even like feral cats, because cats do just like burying their, their waste. So if you just show them that there is a spot to do that in your hard floor house, they will. So, like, even like tiny little feral kittens will usually use a litter box if you like show it to them. If you just like set them in there a couple of times and be like, "Look, sand pit," uh they usually will just use it cuz they are pretty smart and pretty good at taking care of themselves, and they just kind of want somebody to feed them and be about. And I am totally good with that. If I had a dog though, like, I have a lot of appointments and I do this and I am just kind of generally busy a lot of the time. And even though I do have some roommates that could also help take care of a dog, I would feel bad owning something that needed that much of my attention. Uh that would be difficult for me cuz I already feel a little bad um with my cats. Like, I do already wish a little bit that I had more attention to give them, and I think I wouldn't feel less of that with the dog. Um and they also do need a lot more training. Like, you cannot just let your dog figure out pooping outside. It will not figure that out on its own unless you explain that. So, yeah, that one would be a deal for me because I'm very sensitive to like smells and textures and stuff. So, uh, yeah, I had to, when before we had the cats fixed, I had to have like a lot of really rigorous cleaning stuff for when they were spraying. Yeah, they're way more independent. It's way better for me to have something that is more independent of me. I'm not good at, I mean, I'm dependable. Like I'm not I'm not incapable of being dependable. It's just that I don't want to put myself in a position where I need to be consistent about it, because consistency is usually where I fail. I have gotten a lot better about consistency as an adult, but I do have like a lot of ADHD, like a lot of ADHD. And I am probably a little bit on the spectrum, or maybe more than a little bit on the spectrum. But my insurance won't let me find out officially. Uh, but people have speculated, that I'm probably on the spectrum. And all of that ends up meaning that I will just miss stuff sometimes, and it's hard for me to manage all of the things I have to do, and sometimes I just get overwhelmed. And if I just got overwhelmed and couldn't take my dog for a walk, and the dog didn't want to go for a walk with other people, like that would be a problem. Or if I, you know, couldn't get up to feed the dog at a specific time and no one else was home, and like the dog, or I mean, I guess that one would be a problem for the cats too, but like I don't know. I feel like, or like the dog needed to go out, I guess would be a better one, and nobody else was home. Like there's more like tasks that you can't plan in advance. It is just more dependency in general, and more consistent dependency, and that I think would be a lot harder for me. Like like the cats I can do, because the cats I can put a little timer on my phone, and every time that timer goes off every single day, I can feed them, and then if they want attention, they will come bother me and make a big stink about it where I can't ignore it. And then I just go play with them for like some amount of time. It's not usually a consistent amount because they're kind of little goblins. And and that's it. And that's all I have to do, because my roommate takes care of the poop box, so I don't have to. And sometimes my girlfriend feeds them. It's great. I I mean, like, they're just little sweeties that hang out at my house, and I get to buy them things, and I love that. Uh, but yeah, a dog would be a lot more to handle, even with having multiple cats. Actually, maybe especially with having multiple cats, because I think my one cat probably uh should have been getting more of my attention without the other one, but was a little lonely. But now I have two, and they hang out, so they don't need me quite so much. But yeah, they are just the right amount of effort needed for me personally, and even that amount of effort needed took a little bit of adjusting because most things where I need to be consistent take some adjusting for me. Because of all of the aforementioned brain. Uh, they are really great though. I like them a lot. I think they are good for me because even though I'm not great at caring about stuff, I think it's probably good for me to have something outside of myself to care about. Thank you. Me too. Doing a big old stretch. I think it's funny when I started drawing the cats and when I named my channel and all of that, I didn't have cats. I just liked them. Um and I think since actually acquiring some of my own, I the drawings have probably gotten a lot better cuz I have some little subjects to observe. And also I like think of more cat poses of like things that cats actually do because I have some and I see them like interacting with things. Whereas before it would have been like, I saw a picture of a cat doing that one time. Mm. Oh, my cats are Mushi and Missile. Uh, my roommate named both of them after cats from video games. And they are the sweetest. Missile is the gray one. Um and he is named after me and my roommates played Stardew Valley, which is like a farm simulator game. And we all we all had a little gray cat named Missile in that game, and then when we actually all got a little gray cat in real life, we were like, well, obviously it's fate or something. We gotta name it Missile. So we did. And then we got another cute little gray and white cat, and we were like, shoot, well, we gotta think of another cat name. And nobody really wanted to name the cat for real. And then I was trying to avoid naming the cat because I thought there was a possibility. I mean, he was really small when because we just found him. He's when I say he's a rescue, I mean like we rescued him from the cold outside. uh, and I kind of assumed somebody would be looking for him because he was a very small cat and little tiny thing. I assumed he'd come from somewhere. Um, so I was trying to avoid naming him because I thought we might have to give him back to somebody. But nobody ever responded to any of our like found cat things or uh I mean, we reported that we found him, I think, to like I mean, I put some things up on websites for our local area, and like we called the shelter by us to see if anybody had like reported a cat missing of his description or anything like that. Nothing came of any of that. So then when my roommate started calling him Mushi, that just kind of stuck, and now we have Missile and Mushi. Yeah, I think it was less fate and more that my neighbors have some unfixed cats, and I have seen some of his siblings since then that my roommates have had to convince me not to also rescue from the cold because unfortunately two cats is probably plenty. um but they they are adorable, and I would totally save all of them if I had $1 million and 1,000 square feet of space for just cats. I do not though, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. My neighbors peeve me a little bit. I don't have any problem with people having outdoor cats, but if you're gonna have outdoor cats, like, at least get them fixed. Like, if you're just gonna let them run around, like, I mean, that's already a little bit of a nuisance, especially if people around you have, like, kids or, like, animals or dogs, like other stuff in their yards that the cats would screw with. But like also whatever, it's your cat. Um I'm not saying don't let it go outside, but also like if you're gonna let a cat just run around outside, fix the cat. Like don't just let it's like letting a rabbit run around. Like cats produce reproduce really fast, like really fast, and they reproduce lots of times at once. So, I don't know. I mean technically here in North America, like they're all domestic cats are an invasive species. Like they are responsible for the extinction of the most birds uh, of anything, like even more birds than like deforestation here in the US, which is crazy. Uh and yeah, I just fix your cats. End of PSA. I'll stop ranting about it now, but yeah, fix your cats. If you're gonna let them run around outside, fix your cats. If you want them to sit in your house and spray everything, that's your prerogative. But if you're gonna have them interacting with everybody else, fix your cats. Fix your cats. Okay, I'll be done. It just seems so silly. Though, maybe I shouldn't talk too much crap. This is on the internet. See, this person might hear about it or something. But also, I'm going to because if they heard me, maybe they would listen if it was popular enough that it somehow got back to them. I don't know. But like for real, that person that lives next to me with the cat that is not fixed um irks me. They irk me. They have the cat that's not fixed. They let their dogs stay outside when it is actually freezing or below freezing. And they're not like big fluffy dogs. They're like, I think one is like some lab mix and the other is like a tiny decorative toy thing. Like last winter while they were outside, a bird froze to our roof. So it is too cold. It is too cold for them to be outside. And their yard is just like covered in weeds that are unironically taller than me, like not as a joke taller than me. Um like those are going to be a fire hazard in the spring. And he also just plays really loud music all the time. It's just he's just kind of a menace. I don't get it. And like he's got to be a menace to himself at that point. Like I don't get why you would want to do all of that. I don't know. He irks me a little. I don't even know that guy and he irks me a little. I don't know. Maybe he has good reasons for doing all of that, but I don't know. I've seen him walk around just fine, so I know he's not physically incapable of doing all of that. But I don't know. I stopped judging. I stopped being a petty butthole. But I do wish that he might, fix his cat and or his weeds. So our houses don't burn down in the spring. And so that there are not a million and two kittens about for me to feel like I need to save. Yeah, he is. He's having a good one. He's really flattened out, flattened out for this stretch. And I'm gonna give him some little stripes. All right, her. We're doing the mystic. Sorry, I said I would do that a couple more times probably, but I fixed it that time. Give her some little stripies on her back. Make her look kind of patterny. Oh, I love food. I don't know. Picking a favorite is hard. Uh, but I do really, really like pasta and like noodles. Uh, Bread and cheese in its many forms. Mac and cheese and pizza and spaghetti and uh noodles with no cheese. Noodles with cheese. I like pasta. bread and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty true. Um, so probably either pasta as like a big category in its many forms, or another big category and its many forms, potatoes. Oh, potatoes are also really good. I know, I'm very basic. I do also really like hot sauce though, as a less basic thing. I am very much a spicy foods person. I will dump Frank's Red Hot on everything. Or like chili sauce or jalapenos, like what is it? Tabasco sauce. Tabasco sauce is really good. Uh yeah, just anything that's spicy is also really good. I love gnocchi. Gnocchi is delicious. Uh I don't know if it's my favorite just cuz like I don't know. It's maybe if I had gnocchi that was like fresh gnocchi, because I've never had fresh gnocchi. I've only ever had like gnocchi from like a box or a bag, and it always ends up a little bit chewy when you cook it. Um, so maybe if I had gnocchi that was fresh and didn't come out quite so chewy, I would like it better. But it is yummy. It is yummy either way. Oh, that's cool. Is that like just a cultural thing, or is that like represent something? Is there like a reason? I always love learning about everybody else's holidays and celebrations and stuff. Ah, look at the little mouse. He's so frozen. He cannot escape. Actually, I think I'm gonna fix the ears a little bit. Mm. Ta-da. He's so cute. And so frozen. Oh, that's cool. So it's like monthly Thanksgiving, except for real instead of pretending that we shared meals with people. That's kind of neat. I bet it's really easy to get good gnocchi there too then. As opposed to having to eat it out of a silly little box like me that's been in a warehouse and probably shipped from months and yeah, that's sweet. That's nice. That's a cool tradition. I like that. We've got our little frozen mouse. That's wonderful. I uh I try to make homemade food here, but I don't have the energy for it, and it's like so far to the store from where I'm at, and there's no public transport where I'm at either, so it's like we have to get in our car and go quite a ways to the store, and if I wanted to do that for fresh stuff all the time, it would be such a hassle. Uh so I do end up eating lots of stuff out of boxes and bags and the refrigerator, unfortunately for me. But uh but yeah, homemade food is always way better. And as far as I know, gnocchi is one of those things. It's not terrible hard to make. I mean, it's like making noodles. It takes some hand work, but it's not complicated as far as I'm aware. Uh Mostly just time consuming, but I bet that's something I could do here if I found some place to buy decent potatoes consistently. Mm, Actually, I was just talking about I don't really have the counter space to make noodles. I don't really have a table either. Our our house is kind of small, and we do a lot of eating around the television or at our desk, so there's not like a big dinner table or anything in my house, and we also don't really have lots of counter space in my kitchen. Like if I have to do like dough or something, I usually have to get out like a big bowl and like lots of little bowls and kind of shuffle stuff around. Um, 'Cause yeah, it's just really not. I don't know how I would make noodles and not make a mess out of flour all over my kitchen that my cats would eat. So maybe not on the gnocchi, but I do know the yeah, no, I do know that the gnocchi is not like complicated at least. Um but yeah. Mm, I do really like the little mystic we got going on. Uh I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe I'll just have like a little. I was just feeling like this space right here is kind of empty, but maybe I'll just have like a little zap going between them because it's freezing the mouse anyway. And the orb will really look like it's going off, you know? And add some milk particles. Mm. Um, yeah, I mean that looks pretty good, I think. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else I want to add. You'll give them like just give her a little freaking hair tuft in the front, just for funsies. Make her look a little fluffier. Give her just a little bit of a poof. Mm. And maybe the poof is dark, actually. Yeah. That's so cute. Maybe we'll color the poofs on the end of her ears dark. Hi, Bobby. Cat in the window. Um, yeah, I think that is probably just about it, guys. And I made a big old scene out of it, so that we could use up the rest of our time. So I think we are probably done. We're probably done with the series. It's crazy. I got them all finished. I hope you guys liked these. I thought that they have all been so cool. Um, you guys will have to let me know if you have like a favorite or if you hate them and I should stop drawing cats and get off the internet and whatever else you think. Uh yeah, I don't know. It looks so good. Let's sit here and admire it for a second and I'll sip my coffee because I didn't finish it for the whole stream. It's so cute. They're adorable. Well, we're just done, I think. So, I'm sitting here and staring at it and sipping my coffee and making sure there's nothing else I want to touch up, but I think, yeah, I think we're getting about ready to wrap up here. Uh, but it looks so cute, guys. It's, even on the camera, it's adorable. And here in real life, it's pretty adorable. Maybe I will have to remember to scan these and put them up on the Reddit for you guys so you have some reason to go over there. And then you can look at the really nice finished pieces. Um, because that's easy enough, even if I don't manage to get them all put up as stickers. Uh, but they're so cute. This one came out so good. I think they all came out so good. I hope you guys also think they all came out so good. And we can totally do more cosplay cats or more video game stuff or whatever the heck you guys want if you let me know. Otherwise, I will think of some random nonsense for us to do next week. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, yeah, I hope you guys liked these. I hope you guys liked the rest of them. If you missed some of them and you want to go back and watch the rest of the cats, all of this whole series now is gonna be up here after this one, and here on Twitch. And if you want to go watch that on YouTube, uh, I will have this up on YouTube by the time I'm streaming next, and you are welcome to go and leave me a bunch of comments over there. And I do try really hard to respond to anybody who leaves me stuff anywhere. So if you leave me something and you don't get a response, I'm almost certainly not ghosting you. I just missed it wherever. So, uh, bother me about it. I don't know. It's fine. I appreciate you guys and all the engagement. So if you want to bother me about leaving me some and I didn't respond to it, go right ahead. Because I do appreciate you guys. And if you want to go and look at some of my little sketch dailies, which are the little shorts I do on there, I do those once a week, and those are all up there backlogged with all of the streams. So go ahead and check that out. All of that is linked together in my bio, and also there in my bio is any of the little support links if you guys want to leave me a cute little stream tip for funsies because you think that this was fun and you've got $1 or something you want to hand me, that would be cool. Or if you just want to go look at my Redbubble and buy some of the stickers I do already have up for you guys. I swear, with all of the dopamine in my brain and productivity and anti-art block, etc., 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 I am trying to get back into doing some of those for you, and I will try to put some more up soon. Hopefully, you guys aren't too upset about that, but I will try to put some newer, updated, nicer ones up for you guys. And maybe we'll even do like a a set of like some prints or something cuz I have my cool new laminated machine, or like maybe I'll figure out where I can buy some like double-sided sticker tape or something and make my own stickers for you guys. Like, I don't know, the possibilities are endless. So let me know what it is you guys want to see from me on one of my many forms of communication that are available in the links below. And yeah, go ahead and follow me if you want to come back and see more of this next week, or subscribe if you're here on YouTube, or uh, notification bell stuff, whatever, wherever. And thank you so much for joining and watching and engaging. And I appreciate all of you guys, even if you're just sitting here watching, because that's all numbers for my pocketbook. And I really appreciate all of that because it lets me feel like it's cool to sit here and draw funny little cats for you guys. So I appreciate feeling like that's cool. And thank you so much. And I hope to see all of you guys back here again next week. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you then. Bye.